Hi, I'm Frozen Treasure, but Roy is fine as well. If you're watching this video, you probably know what I'm about, and even if you don't, the title of this video is probably a good hint as to what I'm doing right now, but please, humor me. You see, I make Let's Plays. For the uninitiated, that's a recorded playthrough of a video game with commentary, usually informative or funny commentary. I've been doing LPs for close to 4 years now, and I think I've gotten pretty good at my style of LP. Here is where most other videos of this nature would cut to a funny montage to give you a good sampling of what my LPs are like and why you should watch them. Usually they involve multiple commentators talking and laughing with each other. But I tend to LP alone, and I can't really think of any obvious laugh-out-loud moments from my LPs that would go well back to back to back. I'm not saying my Let's Plays aren't funny, I think they've got a really good sense of humour, but I try to let that come through subtly, and I'm not overly concerned with LPs being funny all of the time. I think my jokes tend to take time to properly hit and work best with the context of the situation, and that's why it's not the comedy that I'm really concerned with pitching to you, dear viewer, here and now. Basically, I want to make Let's Plays that give the viewer the best experience of playing the games in question without having to actually play the game. I think pretty much all the games I LP deserve to be played, except for Croc, which is terrible. But if you can't, then I think you still deserve to know what it would be like to play them. The work I put into my LPs is geared towards this. It's the details I like to work on, the little things that make the experience better. Whether this is an efficient route through an open-world platformer to not waste the viewer's time, or having over 100 people read different pieces of flavor text to bring the world alive, I want to enhance the experience of the video games as best I can. The thing is, I can get a little carried away with my ambitions. I've got simple LPs in mind as well, but if you could read some of the ideas for future LPs I have in a document on my hard drive, you'd tell me I'm being ridiculous. You'd probably say I was being ridiculous with a couple of the ideas I've done already, if I hadn't already done them. But I think I can do them, for the sake of doing the games justice. They'll just take some time, and I'd like your help to make them not take as much time. Making Let's Plays is a hobby for me right now, and if it only ever stayed as a hobby, I'd be fine with that. But I can't deny that I'd love to be able to put this kind of effort in without needing to take the time out to work multiple jobs and pay the bills. So that's why I started a Patreon at patreon.com/frozentreasure. I'm really not asking you to part with a lot of money if you don't have it, but I don't think I'm being too vain to say that I think my Let's Plays are good. They're certainly worth at least $1, in my opinion. If you can only part with $1, I would appreciate that more than you'd know. It lets me know that you think that what I do is worthwhile a lot more than a view or a subscription, and it overall contributes to me having extra funds to put towards equipment for future LPs. Of course, if you'd like to pledge more than $1, you're welcome to do that as well. I don't have a lot to offer in the way of rewards, but if you send me $5 on Patreon, I'll take the name you pledge under and make a thank you card in Photoshop featuring some joke based on that name. In addition, you'll be able to see behind-the-scenes updates on my LPs. These include things like random, out-of-context screenshots from editing, or short write-ups about my LP process. If things go well, I may even turn those write-ups into exclusive videos for those of you donating. If you donate $10 or more, as well as all that fun stuff, I would invite you to join me on stream. What stream? The stream I would run when the Patreon reaches $100 in pledges. Each week I would be able to stream for a couple of hours one of the many, many games in my collection, and those of you who donate $10 or more would be able to join in as guest commentators if you so wish. Other goals include a potential podcast where I would talk about whatever takes my fancy in the world of video games and Let's Play, and the distant reality in which I make enough money to pay all my bills through Patreon. Wouldn't that be something? Again, you don't need to give me everything. Just giving me something is more than I would ever expect and helps me more than you would expect. And if you're just not able to donate, that's okay. Even sharing my Let's Plays and Patreon around would be amazing as well. If you know anyone you think might like what I do, feel free to send them a link, and if nothing else, I may be able to entertain one more person. I put a lot of time and energy into making my Let's Plays, because I believe Let's Play is an important medium for a lot of reasons, but it's not as much as I want to be able to invest into the craft. I don't want to be a millionaire and make stacks of cash from ad revenue. Really, I don't. If I wanted money, I would get a job with, like, literally any stability. I just want to be able to share the video games I love with as many people as possible, and present them through a lens that may help you see the games as I see them. And I would love your help to do that. And whether you help me or not, whether you stop watching my videos after this, whether you even like them to begin with, thank you for listening.